All right. Namaste, witchlings. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Di, your favorite yoga witch, spreading kindness and love, living a magical life through yoga, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today for Di the Yoga Witch podcast. We are officially stepping into September, and with that comes our new theme of the month, learning and knowledge. Oh yeah, might help if I talk into the mic instead of into the camera. All right, so we are starting the month with our new theme, learning and knowledge. Each week this month, we are going to explore wisdom, curiosity, and growth, and how they show up in yoga, in our witchcraft, and in our everyday, messy, magical lives. This week, we are beginning with a concept that is near and dear to my witchy heart, the beginner's mind. All right, my friends. Let me ask you a simple question here. Have you ever walked into a new class, a new circle, a new job, and felt that knot in your stomach and heard that whisper, I don't know enough. What if I get everything wrong? I know most of us have. I mean, come on. We live in a culture that worships expertise. From school, where we're graded for the right answers, but not necessarily how well we learn, to adulthood, where we are praised for being specialists. You know, we don't want a jack of all trades, master of none. We want an expert in every field. So, you know, this teaches us that knowing is power. But what if the most powerful thing we could say is simply, I don't know? In Zen Buddhism, there's a word for this mindset, Shoshin, beginner's mind. It's approaching every moment as though it is brand new, with openness, curiosity, and wonder. And that, my witchlings, that openness can change everything, from how we practice yoga to how we cast our circle to how we love. All right. All right. Let's use our imaginations here for a moment. Let's imagine this. A child sees the ocean for the very first time. They don't overthink it. They're not worried about the water temperature or if they pack the right snacks. They just let the water rush all over their toes. They giggle. They're in awe of the absolute power and the horizon. That's the beginner's mind. Now think of yourself at that same beach as an adult. Is the water safe? Am I too pale? Will my hair get all messy? We bury our wonder under judgment. And it doesn't just happen at the beach. Think about driving somewhere new. As kids, hey, road trips felt magical. We are glued to that window watching the world fly by. As adults, we're fighting with the GPS and picking the GPS route. We're panicking over the gas prices, worried about traffic. Beginner's mind invites us back to that childlike wonder. Another example, the dogs. I mean, my three. Sergeant, Luna, and Took. They never stop to analyze if the ball I throw right now is the same ball that I was throwing for him yesterday. Every huck of the ball is absolutely brand new. And Luna is not thinking, oh, I've played fetch before. They are 100% present. That's beginner's mind embodied. And then, yoga. It's the difference between saying, oh, hell, I have done Warrior 2 1,000 times, and just kind of throwing yourself into the pose, and asking, what does Warrior 2 feel like in my hips today, in this breath, in this body? Here's a fun one too, and this is one that a lot of people have issues with. Food. The first time I had real Mexican food, okay? Not the Americanized shit that we get here in the States at most places, okay? I mean real Mexican food cooked by someone from Oaxaca. I was stunned because we Americans think of Mexican food as being spicy, right? It wasn't. I was fully expecting to bite into that taco and be just assaulted with spice, and it wasn't spicy, but oh, the amount of flavor it had. Oh my gods. I grew up in a white household, and we all know how white people season their food, okay? Just saying. I learned better. But, you know, that first bite of that taco, that was beginner's mind. And every time I eat Mexican food, oh my God. If I stop for a moment, take a breath, and actually taste my food, I can easily bring myself back to that first time, to that sense of wonder. Beginner's mind is literally everywhere, my witchlings. It's in the way Fuzzbutt claims the same sunbeam every afternoon as though he's discovering it for the first time. You know, he just kind of sprawls in it. It's, you can find it in how babies look at their hands like they're the most fascinating objects in the entire multiverse, right? That is Shoshin. That is the reminder, correction, to wonder. Just all right. Now let's work this into yoga. The 8 limbs of yoga are about creating union, body, mind, spirit. And this week's Sanskrit word is Aparigraha, non-attachment. Okay? Most people, when they think of Aparigraha, think in terms of possessions. Don't cling to things. Don't hoard wealth, right? But on a deeper level, it is about releasing your attachment to identity. Beginner's mind is a parigraha of the ego. It's letting go of, I'm the expert. I'm the one who always has the answers. Oh, I already know this pose. It's saying instead, I'm curious. I'm open. I don't need to prove myself. And that is radical, because society says, brand yourself, master your niche, prove your worth. Beginner's mind says, release, just be. Even advanced yogis are reminded, the deeper the knowledge, the more important it is to stay a beginner. Otherwise, arrogance creeps in and learning stops. Yeah. All right, y'all. All right, now let's shift gears to witchcraft. How many of you out there have felt the pressure to know it all as witches or in your career? As witches, how many of you feel that pressure to memorize every herb, every phase, every color correspondence, and every little tidbit detail of folklore? I did. I still do. I mean, I do this. And I feel like people expect me to have all the answers. I have honestly thought, if I don't know everything about every crystal on my altar, every herb that is in my herb closet, and every sabbat, maybe I'm not a real witch. Maybe they're gonna see that I'm just faking it. But the truth is, I'm not faking it. I am a witch, and witchcraft is not a trivia contest. It's a living, breathing relationship between you and divine. Beginner's mind in Magick. It means stirring the herbs into your tea and noticing something new about them. It means standing under the full moon, even after 3 decades doing this shit, and just letting her awe wash over you like it's the first time you've ever seen her. Here's an example. Hi, I do a lot of candle magic, and we could rattle off color correspondences all day long. But the beginner's mind says, what do I feel when I light this green candle tonight? What does my body say here? Or maybe it's a pink candle, you know? Here's another one. Tarot. Yes, the books matter. I mean, we all have the booklets for our cards. I'm not going to dig mine out. We all have the booklets for our cards. But sometimes you look at a card and it just hits differently when you're looking at it. Beginner's mind invites you to set aside those memorized leanings, those memorized meanings, and listen fresh. Let the card tell you what it wants to say today. Rituals. Rituals. How many of us repeat the exact same full moon writ every month? I mean, how many, like when you go to, those of us who are former Christians, like when you go to church and you recite the Lord's Prayer or the Nicene Creed, right? What if I let this month's full moon writ surprise me? There's beginner's mind. What if I listen for the moon's unique energy this time, instead of assuming that it's going to be the same as it was last month? Because it's not going to be the same as it was last month, because that was last month, and this is this month. Even our daily craft practices can be renewed. Stirring your morning coffee clockwise for intention, whispering gratitude as if for the very first time, and noticing how your body kind of shifts when you stand barefoot, when you ground yourself in your own front yard. This right here is where our magic stays alive. This is where witchcraft doesn't become stale dogma, such as reciting the Nicene Creed every Sunday, but a daily unfolding mystery. All right, let's get personal for a minute. I want to get a little personal here. When I started showing up publicly as Die the Yoga Witch, I was terrified. Imposter syndrome is a thing here, y'all. I thought, well, there are witches with 100,000 followers or 1 million followers on social media. There are yoga teachers who have PhDs in philosophy and have been practicing since they were 2 years old. Who am I? Who am I to try to teach this stuff? Who am I? Nobody's going to listen to me. But what I learned is that my power isn't in being an expert. My power is in curiosity, in openness, in being vulnerable with everyone here. Excuse me. Another story. When my munchkin, my middle child, came out to us as non-binary and changed their name to Phoenix, I had to live beginner's mind as a mom. I had to let go of who I thought my child was and meet them again, fresh and new, in their truth, in their reality. Much the same as when their brothers came out. One is gender fluid, both of them are not straight. I had to let go of the dreams and plans that I had imagined for all 3 of their lives. And let's be honest here, what parent doesn't have those dreams, right? But beginner's mind allowed me to meet all 3 of my children exactly where they are in their truth. That is the deepest form of beginner's mind. Meeting the people we love with openness instead of attachment. So, how do we practice beginner's mind? Got some ideas. Starting with beginner's breath. Take 3 breaths like they are the first breath of your life. Just and of all the things to suck at, I am an asthmatic and I suck at breathing. But doesn't that just fill you up a little more, and you kind of taste the air and smell the aromas in the air around you, noticing them for the first time in a while, right? Here's another one. Unfamiliar path. Drive a new route. Try a new grocery store. Or walk a new trail. This one's one of my favorites. Say, I don't know. In a conversation, resist correcting someone and practice active listening. Active listening is actually listening to them, not listening to them while formulating what you're going to say back. Fresh eyes. Take one familiar ritual, pose, or tool and approach it like you've never done it before or used it before. We'll use Warrior 2. Yeah, we've all stepped into Warrior 2 millions of times. The next time you do it like it's the first time you've ever stepped into Warrior 2. The child's gaze. Choose an object in your home. A candle flame, a stone, a coffee mug, a plant, and stare at it with the awe and the wonder of a child. Let yourself rediscover it. Here's a journal prompt for us. Ask yourself, where am I clinging to being the expert? How would it feel to say, I don't know there? Oh, it's terrifying. All right, my loves. If it is safe for you at the moment, i.e. if you are driving, please do not do this. Close your eyes for a moment. Whisper silently to yourself, I release what I think I know. I open to what is here right now. I welcome the wisdom of the beginner's mind. Breathe into that. I hear it. All right, my witchlings. Apparently I'm phlegmy. Gotta love fire season. All right, my witchlings. Thank you all so very much for walking this path with me. Remember, every breath, every sunrise, every conversation is a chance to begin again. Now go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness. There is already so much darkness and hate in this world. Let's try to be beacons of light and hope for those who have lost their way. And please tell your loved ones, human, scaly, feathered, or furry, that they mean the absolute world to you. We do not know how long we have with them, and that phone call sucks. And then, my loves, my witchlings, please always, always remember that you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you genuinely do have a purpose here, even if you haven't figured it out yet. Now, get out of the house, go touch some grass, and have a fantabulously magical day filled with wonder and joy. I love you guys to bits, and I will see you all soon. Namaste, witchlings. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdyliden.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. Bring your favorite brew and we'll delve into the mystical and the everyday, answering your questions and sharing the witchy wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way into the weekend and unwind with guided meditation or yoga nidra asana, tapping into your inner magic and bringing that magical life into your yoga practice. Saturday evenings, brace yourself for Bitch and Witch Angry Veteran Rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.